The United Nations Climate Summit has begun with calls for bold and urgent action. In Glasgow, Scotland today, President Biden appealed for the world to act now. He said it's time to answer the call of history.
There's no more time to hang back or sit on the fence or argue amongst ourselves. This is the challenge of our collective lifetimes, the existential threat to human existence as we know it. And every day we delay, the cost of inaction increases.
The president also apologized for President Trump's pulling out of the Paris Accord on carbon emissions, a decision that Mr. Biden has reversed. Today, his administration released a strategy for the U.S. to run entirely on clean energy by 2050. We'll return to the climate summit after the news summary. The official worldwide death count from COVID-19 crossed 5 million today, topped by 746,000 in the United States. That is the highest of any nation in the world. Meanwhile, in New York City, some 9,000 municipal workers, 6% of the city's workforce, went on unpaid leave for failing to get vaccinated. Mayor Bill de Blasio said that is far fewer than anticipated.
I want to thank everyone who got vaccinated. I know people had a lot of questions and concerns. Thank you for getting vaccinated. Clear contingency plans have been in place, but as you can see from the numbers vaccinated, different reality than some feared.
Elsewhere, a judge in Chicago blocked a city mandate for police to be vaccinated by December 31st. The U.S. Supreme Court heard arguments today on letting Texas abortion providers and the federal government challenge a strict new state law. For now, the statute has virtually ended abortions in Texas. The justices gave no indication of when they might issue their ruling. We'll get details later in the program. A key congressional moderate is warning fellow Democrats against acting this week on a giant domestic spending bill. U.S. Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia complained today there are still too many questions about the measure, which totals $1.75 trillion. His vote would be critical in the evenly divided Senate.
I, for one, won't support a multi-trillion-dollar bill without greater clarity about why Congress chooses to ignore the serious effects of inflation and debt that have on our economy and existing government programs.
Instead, Manchin demanded that the House of Representatives vote first on an infrastructure bill that totals $1.2 trillion. It passed the Senate last summer. Pramila Jayapal, who is leader of House Progressive Democrats, said today that she is now prepared to vote for the infrastructure bill, citing President Biden's word that the social spending bill will also come up for a vote this week. In Ethiopia, rebels from Tigray province appear to be advancing toward the capital, Addis Ababa. The Tigray forces claim that they seized two key cities along a major highway over the weekend. Ethiopia's prime minister called for national unity, and authorities in Addis Ababa rounded up ethnic Tigrayans in today. American Airlines canceled hundreds more flights today, making nearly 2,300 since Friday. The company blamed bad weather and a shortage of flight attendants. Southwest Airlines had similar problems last month. And on Wall Street, all three major indexes closed at record highs again. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 94 points to finish near 35,914. The Nasdaq rose 97 points. The S&P 500 added 8. Still to come on the NewsHour, how will the U.S. Supreme Court come down on Texas' restrictive abortion law? What the governor's race in Virginia portends for the two political parties. A Wisconsin case that has divided the country gets its day in court, and much more.
This is the PBS NewsHour from WETA Studios in Washington and in the West from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at Arizona State University.